All right, finally picked up my 2022 Yamaha TTR-125, and it's a beautiful bike. Look at that. They finally got rid of the white plastics. I've been waiting on that day, even though I could have, obviously swapped plastics on any bike, but the blue and black looks good. And I think they may have changed the sticker a little bit. I think that's the only changes. The bike's probably virtually unchanged for the last 20 years though. But there's something to be said about these TTR-125s. I think they're underrated bikes. I know they're aimed towards, women and inexperienced riders and teenagers and, just smaller frame people, but they can definitely hold up mid-sized adult. It's a perfect trail bike. That's what I got it for. I wasn't looking for a motocross bike. I've got bigger bikes, I've got smaller bikes, but I just love the TTR-125. So I'm gonna make a few changes to it, mostly cosmetic changes, nothing too crazy, because if I wanted to up the performance and all that type of stuff, then I would just get a bigger bike. It's not what I'm looking to do. Not what I'm looking to do at all. Just here to make it look better and have fun with it. Now, me personally, I'm about 5'11". The handlebars are too small, too short. So I got some handlebar risers I'm gonna throw in there and some new bars. That usually solves that problem. I had my last bike was my last TTR was an 06 TTR-125, man, and that thing was super fun through the trails. I mean, I love mini bikes. Right now I'm building a big wheel YZ85, and I just love the mini bikes through the trails and stuff like that. There's so much fun to be had on those, man. You don't need the biggest bike and the fastest bike to have fun, man. You get all these kids in the comments of these bike videos on YouTube talking about, oh, I'm 12 and I ride a 450. Well, that's great. That's great, but there's still fun to be had on the TTR-125. I mean, I'll stand by that all day. You don't need someone else's opinion on what you can have fun on. Now, if you're just overly oversized for this bike, yeah, it's gonna probably bog the bike down and you're not gonna have as much fun on it. But like I said, for mid-sized adults, teenagers, kids, women, everybody can have fun on this bike. But now I just got to make the bike mine. Do a little bit of customization, show you guys what it looks like when I'm finished. It's a sweet bike though. I always recommend this bike to anybody who's looking for a good, nice trail bike. Not too much power, just to putt along the trails, get into the small stuff. This is the bike for you. It is a sweet looking bike, man. And now that they got rid of the white plastics, I mean, it looks badass. I mean, I just love it. I think the rear wheel is still 16, front 19. Like I said, virtually unchanged for the last 20 years. Besides, in the early parts of the TTR's production, they had the small wheel version, but now I think they mostly all produced with just the standard 16 and 19s. So that's great. I'm not a huge fan of the dips in the seat. Not too huge fan of the dips in the seat, but I can get past that. And like I said, short handlebars. Other than that, this little thing rips. So if you're ever thinking about either a beginner bike, intermediate bike, or even if you're an advanced rider, you can still rip these things around. Now, I wouldn't try any steep hill climbs or anything like that, but just through the trails, putting around the trails, you're at a campsite, or you're just in the woods to do a little trail riding, I'm telling you, this is the one. And mainly because of the size. I mean, I've done trail rides where a 230, even a 230 would have been too big. I was going through stuff where the 230, it just wouldn't fit. Like, I was going under stuff, how small this bike was, laying down and going under different things and under and over. So definitely the perfect size. Yeah. All right, let's get to these changes. Show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. All right, there it is. Finally finished a few of the changes from my 2022 TTR-125. Still waiting on a pipe and a custom seat from Moto Seat. I wanted a seat with ribs on it, and just wanted it custom. So I've ordered from Moto Seat quite a few times. I love the seat covers they make. So I'm gonna always, any bike, get right on Moto Seat and go ahead and order up a new seat cover. So just waiting on a pipe and seat cover. But sorry for the background noise. I live near a road, so there's always traffic going by. But let's go over the few changes I made to the bike so far. Like I said, it's a great bike for the family, from kids to, men, women, adults, teenagers, everything. Just a great all-around bike to have, either for yourself or for your family. And like I said, I really enjoy the TTR-125s. They're a great trail bike, a great size. So it's a must that I have one of these bikes in my collection, my arsenal. So start with the graphics. There we go. We got a Singe graphics. My nickname is Mac and favorite number is 33. So not racing the bike, but that's what that is for. It's a pretty nice graphics kit. A little bit on the spendy side, but I like it. It's like a full graphics kit, little rim protectors. I do hate the silver rims, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna put too much money in this bike and get all custom with, either powder coating the rims or trying to go buy black rims. It is what it is. Just throw some rim protectors on there. So nice graphics kit. Get around to the front. The Singe. It's called the Singe Surge for the TTR-125. They had it only for, it says 2008, I believe, to 2020, but these bikes are virtually unchanged for a lot of years. And this being the 2022 is identical, I believe, to the 2020s and 2021s. So it's okay to choose the 2008 to 2020 graphics kit. Got the 33 Singe graphics, the Mac on there, like that. All right. Obviously, as you can see, went with some Acerbis. I think that's how you say it. Bark Busters. Really like these. They have great. They're just shaped really well. Like they just have this mean look to them. They don't look all big like some of the Tusk ones that just look rounded. I wanted this kind of sleek look to it. So it's got the with a black cover and a white bar. It is aluminum there, so wrapped in some sort of plastic, infused, molded, whatever they call that plastic. Mika Metals bars. I went with the Mika Metals mini high bend bars and some Pro Taper risers, because I'm a little taller, because I'm 5'11", so I like to be able to, the bars to sit up a bit. I can't ride the bike with the factory bars, but it's only up just a hair. Just a hair on there for me feels like a hair, but it's probably a lot for some people. But it allows me to ride the bike really well, and actually people even smaller, shorter than me, shorter arms and such, can still ride the bike really well. So that's a must. This right here, I'm still trying to figure out. So I lost a lot of space on when I switched the bars in width, I believe. So my electric start, let me go around to the front, is actually mounted in the front because I have no room over here. And with that being said, I can't actually spin my brake lever back up, so that's kind of useless right there. That's useless. Well, the guards are useless to protect the brake lever because I have the Bark Busters. The mounting bracket is right here, and it's stopping the brake lever from coming up, the brake cable. So it's not a finished product. I'm still trying to figure out how I can reroute some of this stuff to make it actually work really well. But for now, it works. If I break that, these things are probably the most fragile part of any of Yamahas, or pretty much in most dirt bikes. These things break soon they hit the ground, so I'm not too worried if I break that. I'm probably going to change it anyways to a shorter brake lever if I can find one, and a probably shorter clutch. I hate these levers, but it is what it is. So I got some Pro Taper 1/3 waffle grips. I gotta get my my grip. Oh look, that's all wavy a little bit. Fix that. Anyways, I gotta get my grip wire on there, so I haven't done that. I had to cut the ends off for the Bark Busters to fit because it was hanging up the throttle cable. If I left that little end over there, if I left that on, it was hanging up. I couldn't get no snapback, so I need to adjust that. And I put some glue on there, but had to make some adjustments. So I'm gonna throw some grip wire, throttle what am I trying to say? Grip wire. I did say that the first time. So throw some grip wire in there to tighten that up. I did go with the, down here, we got the BBR Cradle, frame Cradle. These bikes are known to stretch, especially with any sort of hard riding or heavy riders. The bikes are known to stretch over time or possibly crack the frame, so BBR came up with their frame Cradle to kind of solidify the bike's, one of the bike's weakest points. The only issue I'm running into with the frame Cradle, and aka skid plate, so, you know, it's a nice, I like the way it looks. It's nice, and but it does hit the factory exhaust right there. So you'd either one have to shave down the exhaust, I mean not the exhaust, shave down the cradle a little bit off, maybe just like 1/10 of an inch or something like that, something real small. But I'm not gonna touch anything because I'm swapping the exhaust anyway, so I'm gonna see how the aftermarket pipe fits up there. But that was an issue I ran into. But man, it's a good looking bike. Look at that. That's a good looking TTR 2022. What else did I change on this thing? Oh, I had to reroute the I had to look at my ignition switch, man. It's zip tied on there because I ran out of space on my bar mounts. Ran out of space. So now it was sitting up top like right there. So now it's down here, which doesn't get in the way of anything, and it still works as it should, but it's just zip tied. I'm gonna put a stronger zip tie on there, but that works for now. So there's that. I don't think I've done much else to it. Not yet, you know. Like I said, graphics kit all the way around. It's just a sweet looking bike. Look at that. I mean, who doesn't want to just rip this around the trails? Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's okay if you have fun ripping the big bikes, but it's a ton of fun ripping the small bikes too. Man, I can't think of anything else. So yeah, that's about it. You know, might swap the air filter. I don't want to do the whole cutting the box out thing, but who knows? Might have to, you know, reach at the carb when I swap the pipe. And other than that, I can't think of anything else. I just need to get this thing out and ride it. Pretty much. So get it out and ride it. So yeah, there you have it. 2022 TTR-125LE. Keep forgetting to say that LE, but like I said, all the models are LE now. Let's walk around. Little thing rips though. Tons of fun in the trails. There we go. Yep. Any questions, comments? Maybe want to tell me to get a bigger bike? Go ahead and leave a comment if you want. Probably won't respond to it, but you can leave it. It's inevitable in most videos for, like I said, the people to come on there and get a bigger bike, man. Those are for kids. Nah. It's for everybody. TTR is for everybody, baby.